Hello fellow YouTubers and subscribers. Thought I'd nip on today and basically give you an insight as to how I sow my onions. Some may say I'm a little bit late, but these have only just come into the shop, so I can't be that late. But basically I'm going to be sowing some yellow onions stirrums, I believe they are, which are these ones just here. They're only £1.79. But what I should do, guys, is I shall move you over to there and then we will get started. Mixed in my Grundy bin with my perlite. That's all I've got at the minute is perlite to use, so I normally would use the other stuff, but I haven't got any of that at the moment. It's only literally just come back into the place I get it, so I'll be grabbing a bag tonight. Now, basically, I did make a bit of a boo-boo with my onion sets last year, which I will never ever do again, and I sowed them in module trays. What a disaster that turned out to be. I try not to break these, I try not to chuck them, so I don't want to create too much, mess really. But yeah, I basically done them in these last year, and I ended up damaging them trying to get them all out in one piece. And I mean, the onions did alright, don't get me wrong, but it just made an absolute mess, and these all cracked up and broke. So I reverted to a newer method really. After 2 years of doing it in module trays, what I use is now the little disposable cups. Next to nothing, you can get a massive strip like that, but these have just obviously been in here so long they're discoloured. Massive strip of them for next to nothing from one of your local supermarkets, to be honest. Now what I do is I don't really compress, if I'm honest. I've got a little bit of wood in the Grundy bin, as you can see, and all I do is I basically just tap down. Right, to me that's firm enough. Lovely little new onions. You don't want to put them in compacted soil. Put a little bit more on and simply just wipe away the excess. It says simply, but it's going to mess it up. But yeah, so that's all I basically do, guys. Obviously filling these up. I have already done like 18 of them, so obviously I don't want to bore you guys on with the constant thing. So yeah, it's overflown. Just drop it down on your wood, give it a couple of taps down, and it will just sit naturally on its own. I'll try to get a few bits out if there's a few bits I don't like, and then just, like I say, top dress it, skim it off, tidy it off. Job's a good one. Alright, so that's how I basically film mine and how I do mine. Now what I'll do, I'll just move you over a minute, just for 2 seconds. Give you guys a little better insight. So you've basically got a nice little tray to carry them all in as well. What I've also done, obviously like I say, I'm going for these ones, is I've gone through the packet, picked out 20 of my best, and the thing you want to be looking out for, guys, really is things like this. Really squishy, messy look, and there's even mould on that one. So definitely check them before you plant them. I would not want to plant that amongst any of these, to be quite honest with you. And I don't even plant the new shooted ones that have got shoots, but that's got mould on it as well, so that'll be going in the bin. But just keep an eye out, just have a look through your onions and really try and narrow down to your better looking ones. Any with diseases on, fly them out. Okay, you don't need them. So yeah, without further ado, I'll crack on. So I might need to push 1 or 2 down. All you want to do is just barely leave that little tip out. That's all I ever do. I mean, some people might say, no, that's not the way you do it. The thing is with gardening, I find it's a very opinionated on methods on how people do things. I'm just generally doing this, guys, to show you exactly what I do. You know, I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm not saying it's the wrong way, but yeah, you know, just want to share how I do it, really. For any newbies out there that have never grown onions before, it's a simple little video for them. Yeah, I just literally leave the tips on, and then once I've done that, guys, I'll give them a nice watering, and then hopefully they'll be good to go, start growing and end up with some lovely onions. The only thing I will be doing this year is I may do these in the ground, or I may not do them in the ground. I may do 10 in the ground, normal ground, and then I might do 10 in a raised bed as well. So yeah, I'm a bit torn with how I'm going to actually do them, but yeah, this is basically how I do it, guys. Just cover them over. If you need pushing down a little bit more, push them down a little bit more. Like I say, you only want the tip, just literally the tiny little tip sticking out the top. See that one I've not covered properly. It's too big and it needs pushing down. Yeah, so leave the tip out. And it literally is that simple, guys. I think it's Amazonite you can use, which is a lot better, because I'll be honest with you, perlite's okay for holding the moisture. Well, the Amazonite obviously, you know, keeps them warm, because obviously the Amazonite holds the heat, and yeah, also holds the moisture and also holds air. So Amazonite is a lot better to use, but when you haven't got any, you make do with what you got. But yeah, so basically, guys, that is how you do it. That was how I do it. So what I'll do is I will take you both. I'm just going to pop you over here in a minute. I'll tell you what, absolutely loving these new tripod stands. Pop you down here for a second, and then all I'm going to do, guys, is just give them a nice little, just a little bit at a time. I'll do it now, and then let it settle, and then I'll probably give it another dousing just before I go home. But as you guys can honestly tell, you know, the tips are just sticking out. So yeah, I might put a little bit more compost just on there, just to cover them tips a little bit more, because they are a bit more exposed now. I've watered it, and by the time I've watered it again, maybe exposed. But yeah, so that, guys, is how I do my onions, and yeah, it's just how I do it. So hope you enjoyed, guys. Hope it was helpful to anyone out there, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care for now. Bye bye.